Have you ever felt like you're witnessing a crossover between two opposite realities? That was pretty much my impression of Ibiza. You get thousands of people running marathons and doing Ironman, and thousands of people getting drunk and high in the clubs. The club named Universe in Ibiza has been crowned as the #1 club in the world. And this same club, together with Ushuaia and High Ibiza, are the main partners of Ibiza Marathon, one of the hardest races in Europe. I just came back from a weekend on Ibiza with my boyfriend, where he runs that marathon, and we drove around the island, saw different areas, stayed at a nice family hotel and enjoyed our time. So in this video I will share what is the best time to go to Ibiza, what you need to know to be fully prepared for that, running scene, clubbing scene, some info about different areas of the island, and whether it is financially worth it. The best time to visit the island is either April or October. We went in April, obviously because it was a race date, but also it's not high season yet and it's already not dead winter. Many touristic destinations, including Ibiza, just go silent for the winter. Everything's closed and there's nothing to do. So April and October are the sweet spots, when the island is not beaming with people yet, but also not that silent. And the weather is the best. It's not yet hot, but already not cold as well. Some people go to the beach and can swim and even look like they're enjoying it, but the water is still freezing in April. In October, the weather should be still good for the beach days. For the 4 days of stay, we stayed in Ibiza town, also known as Ibiza, which is the largest city of the island, where there is a port, really cute cafes in the narrow authentic streets, shopping options if you need them, and just a really nice space to walk around. We also visited San Antonio, a town located at the western coast. We just went for a walk in the morning. It's a cute neighborhood, but if you stay for longer and during the season, it's very famous for its nightlife. For example, Cafe Mambo, a very famous cafe and club, are located there. We drove past Playa d'Enbosa, which is the only place where I noticed people already interested in bars and the party-type entertainments. Santa Eulalia, no idea how to pronounce it, but it's the cutest neighborhood we saw. I spent quite a lot of time there because that's where the marathon finish line was, and I had the time to walk around. Really cute, full of nice streets, palm-lined promenade, quiet area when it's not the marathon time, of course. It's away from the clubs and more of a family-friendly place. At this point, I can only praise that the mic records only my voice and not the screaming and the singing of my neighbors. To have a nice and comfortable trip in Ibiza, you need, except accommodation, to rent a car if you are planning to visit multiple cities. And along with a car, you need a parking space, if possible from your hotel or the place of stay, because it's absolutely not possible to find a parking space just somewhere, especially in the center, so you need to rent that. If you don't want to rent a car and are normally relying on Ubers, just a heads up, there's no Uber, there's only taxi, which is normally more expensive than Uber or other similar services. Also, this might not apply to people who love going out too much or are super rich, but it's great to have your food and coffee at the place where you stay, meaning doing groceries, using whatever kitchen you have, because eating and drinking out is expensive, and unless you go to really fancy places, it might be not even worth it. I've had a chai in a coffee shop and a coffee in a club, and they both cost €8 each. It's a nice experience, of course, but the price doesn't really make sense, so just a warning for you to be prepared for this. As for food, we were mainly eating at home because my boyfriend was running a marathon and all the carb up is always better when you can fully control it. But we have a tradition of eating kebab every time after he finishes the race. This time we didn't go out for this because the marathon was brutal, we'll get to this part. However, we did order a takeaway, and the place that was researched before and looked really nice on Instagram was at least twice more expensive than what we get in Alicante and not even close in the quality. It was still food, of course, it's still meat, but it's the first kebab in my life that I tasted that did not taste like kebab. So compared to what we have in Alicante, it was quite disappointing. Now, running scene or why we even went there. Ibiza Marathon is the most unreasonable race ever. They started running at 3:45 on Ibiza, end of April, literally peak heat time of the day. Normally, races are on Sunday mornings, this one is on Saturday afternoon. I still have no idea why is that. And the whole route was uphill. I just don't understand why organizers do it to people. Why could they not start in the morning? Why could they not run in a more flat area? It could have been a route of 2 loops of the half marathon, for example. This one is more enjoyable even though there is still some uphill. My boyfriend finished 18th among 1994 people who finished, and many more who did not. It was his 5th marathon and he said it was the hardest race he's had in his life. Could not listen to music, could not pick up the pace, obviously, and there were no runners who did it the second time. I wonder why. Only the new ones. There were also a 12k and a 21k races, which I believe are much nicer. They also started in the middle of the day instead of the morning, but at least the routes are nicer. Also, to be fair, it was the most beautiful finish line I've ever seen. It's along the beach, with an amazing view to the sea, a DJ as a post-run zone, but the runners did not really care about the DJ because they were just too exhausted. And the expo for picking up the beeps was also nice, better organized, in a beautiful area with a forest and an amazing view to the sea. Moving on to the clubbing. I am very much not a party person, but the club culture cannot be ignored because it's just all over the island. And clearly everyone knows that Ibiza is the capital of clubbing. There's banners and promos just everywhere around the island. You will for sure see them when driving around. The season starts early May, so there are already promos as to which DJs, which clubs, which dates everything is starting. Obviously, at the end of April there were still more runners than anyone else, but the clubbing season has already started on 25th, 26th of April, featuring most famous clubs like Ibiza, Ushuaia, Universe. It was still quiet, but these two worlds already collide. There was a girl coming up to someone who was standing close to me at the finish line. She had a medal for finishing a 12k race, and she was already smoking weed. That's moral compensation, I guess. However, on a bigger scale, I don't think that people who go to really expensive healthy retreats are the same people who go to spend a lot of money in the clubs. So everyone chooses the Ibizas they want to go to. If you are smart enough about choosing the area and the time to go, you can definitely get the most of each of these worlds. Even aside from all the clubs, bars, parties, even aside from running, the island is incredibly beautiful. It has beaches all over the coast, amazing views and even nice forest areas. If you have ever visited or happen to live on Ibiza, tell me about your experience in the comments, whether you agree or disagree with something I said, and I'll be really happy to have the discussion in the comments. See you soon in the next video!